What up? This is Robert Horry.
Or three-pointer. Buries it!
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Horry for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Horry from downtown.
Well, I know what we're doing. We're doing episode 231 of the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. My name is Rob Jenners. That's seven-time NBA champion who probably got called into work today for the LeBron retirement announcement. Robert Horry. We are taping the show at noon, just after noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, on Tuesday. And this was the scheduled time for LeBron's second decision. Show of hands, did anyone in the room believe this was going to be anything other than a stupid-ass advertisement? Exactly. Yeah, no. I was telling Harp, I was telling Rob before you jumped on here that I had that like minute of, oh shit, okay, maybe this is it. Like, he didn't hashtag ad or anything like that in it, so I was like, maybe this is it. And then my brain went, wait a minute, tomorrow's Amazon Prime Day. There ain't no way this is gonna be something stupid, and I'm gonna kick myself for even kind of believing it. And sure enough, it was a damn Hennessy ad.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, and when I turned on the news, I watch the same channel every day, and NBC, and it was like, oh, LeBron's making a decision. Are they going to do? You think he's going to mention the R word? I'm like, man, that's collab with somebody, man. I ain't believing that shit.
100%.
Because it'll be a press conference. It won't. I don't think he would do just like, oh, a decision. I think he'd do a press conference, and he's going to have his kids with him and all that kind of stuff. I don't think he's just going to just step up there by himself.
I'll give you a couple little quick things on this, and we'll move on from it because it was stupid. But here's really where I sniffed it out. Everybody was trying to figure out who the dude was sitting across from him. And people were like punching it into like Grok and all this, like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? And nobody could get an ID on this guy, which is like indicator number one. He ain't going to sit down and do anything important with some schmuck we've never heard of and cannot identify. This is some jackass hired actor for an ad. That's all this is. One. Two, when he sent out the tweet, tickets for the Lakers' final home game of the year versus the Jazz shot up. Lower bowl was going for like $3,000 a seat.
Yep.
Get in the door was like $445 to get in the door. So there are people that spent $2,000-3,000 on the most expensive bottle of Hennessy they're ever gonna buy. So if you were suckered into it, I feel like LeBron owes you some money.
Here's the thing. I don't know why anybody's surprised about anything LeBron James does anymore. Everything he does is on the grandiose scale. When he went from Cleveland to Miami, that was the first decision. Grandiose. You got this. I mean, even when he went to the Lakers, it wasn't as grand, but there was something behind that. Obviously now he's making this move over to Hennessy, really, who cares? But people should not be surprised that anything that LeBron James is going to do, it's going to be of this magnitude.
Of course. And he's going to troll everybody on the way.
It's just, he knows that he has everybody. He has every media outlet. He has every player, every athlete, really, in all over sports, eating out of the palm of his hands. So guess what? Yeah. We're not done with this yet because he hadn't retired yet.
Oh, no, he's the boy who cried retirement. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that I'm the biggest fan of it, and I know I hate LeBron, blah, blah. Yeah, but some of you all's hate is just, it's sad now because you're acting like he hasn't done things on a grandiose scale when it comes to any and everything that he does. That's just what he does. So at least understand this and don't let it get you so upset because it's not a retirement announcement. Because guess what? When he does retire, a lot of y'all gonna miss him. Mm-hmm. The same people that hate him, for whatever, are going to miss him later on down the line.
Here's the thing. Anything he ever announces in regards to his retirement, nobody's going to fucking believe. Because it was Amazon Prime Day last year. This year it was Hennessy. And no one's going to believe it until he hangs up the jersey and doesn't suit up for a game. That's when people will believe he's actually retired.
You better, I wouldn't discount just anything else that he does from this point on.
I'm just saying, I don't think that any announcement tease now that he's doing, everybody's going to just, oh yeah, okay, fine. No, this ain't it.
I want to say this ain't it. The NBA has come a long way. And what I mean by that, for a long time, the NBA would not let any players do anything with any kind of spirits or wine. They were like, nope, unless it's backed by the NBA. So they've come a long way. They let a lot of guys branch out and do things. So I just had to throw that little tidbit out there.
Yeah, because once the league finds out, they can make money off liquor brands and spirits. I think NBA has Crown Royal.
Yeah, they sure do.
They have a few others. So they were like, ooh, we can make some good money off this too. Now you can't tell your players what they can't do because you're supposed to lead by example. If that's how this is supposed to be looked at. So LeBron's going to take advantage of every opportunity. You know why? Because he's LeBron James. And I'm not saying I love everything that he does, because I don't, because it can be very annoying.
I thought this was stupid.
So you think he's going to, when he get home and he gets ready to retire, he's going to pull up a glass of Lobos or Hennessy? Which one he going to pull up?
It depends on, one, how long he plays and how long this Hennessy deal
Mike
is.
Malone?
I don't give a shit.
Mike does not care.
He going to pour up something. So
Hey, if you don't pour up your own tequila, something's got to be a problem. You got to pull out your own tequila.
it's going to be
Have y'all tried
cinematic.
it?
Which one?
Lobos.
I haven't tried Lobos.
What did we get from Jeannie? Jeannie sent us some tequila.
That's it. Genie Socorro.
Socorro.
That's what it is.
That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
really
is
good.
really good.
Yeah, Socorro.
Good stuff. All right, well, enough of the nonsense, because that was just a whole lot of
Hey, look, from a marketing standpoint,
Oh, dude, it had everybody. He had everybody.
All the news outlets, everybody.
Everybody.
From a business standpoint, I can't be mad at it.
I guarantee you got some percentage of Hennessy. If I'm doing this for you, you got to give me some. You got to give me some ownership.
He got paid.
Hennessy benefits from this more than he does.
Of course,
Yes.
because they're the story now.
Yeah.
Everywhere. How much preseason do you watch? How much preseason have you watched?
I was in the desert, so I watched the Suns versus the Lakers, and that's it. I haven't watched
Do you
any
work
preseason.
any of these games?
No, I do not.
Okay, they don't. So do they do like a big to-do at Spectrum for preseason, or they just put them?
They do. They asked me to work one, but I was busy doing other things, and I have to.
Gotcha.
I've had to diversify my portfolio.
I like it. I like it a lot. So we were talking about it real briefly before you started. We saw the one of the things I did see from the Warriors Lakers game. I think that you just saw was the Draymond Vando scuff.
Yeah.
That they kind of got into it. Yeah. And I mean, initially I saw a clip of it. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the clip of it. Didn't make. I was like, okay, whatever. Par for the course for me at this point. The Draymond's putting hands on somebody. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Draymond being Draymond.
Yeah.
And it was weird because, there certain players get away with a lot of things. If you watch the replay, it was an illegal screen by Draymond, and so it didn't call it. And Vando went down, and then Draymond started backing up and tripped over Vandy. And of course, Draymond, with the Draymond mentality, think everybody would do what Draymond would do, which was strip the guy, but he didn't. He just had to be sitting there, and then they got into it. But one thing that is the biggest pet peeve of mine when there's dust-ups, I had this thing where if you're a player and you happen to grab me or put your hands on me and you're not my teammate, I got a problem with that. And I was looking at the thing where, like, Kuminga's coming in and got his hand on Vando's chest like this, like a stiff arm. I should take my forearm and go across your forearm so fucking hard. I did it one time, I broke my own arm. Because don't touch me, grab your own teammate. Because I always had this thing, if you grab me, now my hands are down. Shit, you can Rudy T me then. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I actually never even thought about that. The fact that somebody else could put their hands on you and you're just like wide open.
Yeah.
Someone hit me. Someone hit me. I'm being an asshole. Somebody
They
smacked
should
me.
make that rule. Like, if you're going to grab someone, grab your own teammate. Don't grab the opposing team.
Yeah.
How much stock do you guys put into preseason? Any? I mean, I put a little bit in it because it's nice to see. Like, it's been for the Lakers side. It's been good to see Ayton out there and trying to kind of fit in the system. He's looked pretty good from the stuff I've seen so far.
He's trying to figure it out.
You can see he's trying to find what's comfortable.
Yeah.
For him. Yeah.
I mean, I looked at
But that's hard, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, B.
I mean, I looked at a little bit of the Hawks. It was tough because it was Thursday night football.
Yeah.
I mean, not Thursday
Exactly.
night, but Monday night football last night. And so, I want to check them out just a little. I don't put a lot of stock into it, even though I put maybe a little bit more because the Hawks have a pretty much revamped squad. A lot of their major pieces are new. So you just kind of want to see, and it's their first time being out there together in an actual game of some sense. And so trying to see how they look, just kind of what the camaraderie and cohesiveness looks like that they're continuing to build at. So I looked at it a little bit.
It's practice.
Yeah.
Glorified practice.
It's glorified practice.
Yeah, because they don't practice anymore. It's amazing how much, all the rules and regulations they have where guys have to have so many days off. I'm like, damn, you get days off and you get to not playing games. Some guy load management. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Well,
and they still get more injuries than anybody. They just built different, I guess.
Well, it seems like they practice enough because I get the Hawks emails. Hey, the Emory Healthcare Facility will be open for media for after practice, and I get them emails almost every non-game day. So it seems like they practice it. Now, what they do in the practice, I'm not always able to go. So what they consistently are doing in practice, I don't know. But I surely enough get a lot of them emails. So they doing something.
I was thinking about this. We just had opening day, like 3 days ago, 4 days ago? Opening day was what?
For what? For preseason?
Like media day, yeah.
Media
Last
day
week.
was last Monday, yeah.
Yeah, so you think about this. We had a game within 3 days of media day.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think about, you talk about all these teams trying to prepare and get ready, and then they take days off. They're like, the only teams that are going to be good are teams that have been together. You think about like OKC, you think about maybe the Bucks because they only added like 1, 2 weeks. Denver, they just added one major piece to it. And then you think about the Lakers, you've added pieces. DeAndre Ayton, he's still going to be like a fish out of water because 1, LeBron's not playing. 2, Luka's not playing. And these are 2 guys that you're going to play significant minutes with, and you don't know how they play. And so,
and they're going to dominate the ball for the most part.
Yeah. And practice is not going to cut it because you can't, it's a different type of feel in a game versus practice. So it's just really interesting how the NBA puts this product out there and don't let them gel enough by giving them enough practice.
Yeah.
Let them figure it out during the season.
Yeah, I guess. Here's my thing. Everybody needs to pump the brakes with cutting up highlights and posting shit on, oh my God, this guy looks incredible. It's like, slow down, bro. It's practice. It's practice. You're posting highlights from practice. Let's calm down.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath here. The Kuminga deal finally, you brought up Kuminga earlier in the show. That deal finally got done. Everybody's kind of, I don't want to say trolling him, but everyone's kind of like confused because it happened the night before the deadline to accept or reject the qualifying offer. He took a 2-year deal worth $48.5. It came with a team option for the second year, and he waived the no-trade clause, which they had said for months that was pretty much, there was no chance they were going to do that, and then they ended up doing it. So they did pretty much the opposite of what they've been standing on for the last several months. I just don't understand why they did it at that point.
Because he didn't want to lose no money.
I had to be, right?
That's
like,
what it
this
boils
is it.
down
You take
to.
it or you walk. I mean, like, I don't know what the ultimatum was there.
Hey, because one thing is the Warriors probably like, well, we'd be all right without you. We got Jimmy Buckets, we got Steph, we got, Draymond. We'll be all right without you. And so they were like, oh, you're going to sit on this, you're going to lose money because we going to put you in a bad situation where we can just say, okay, sign it or not, sit there. We have your rights. We just, because they know at the end of the day, guys they don't want to lose that money because it's too hard to come by.
Yeah. I think some of the vets may have gotten in his ear and told him or reminded him that, because you got to realize the Warriors are the oldest average team. I mean, they're the oldest in average age in the league.
Yeah.
And Kuminga's one of the younger guys on that team, and they are going to need his youthfulness and his energy as the season goes on. So I wouldn't be surprised if, Steph, Draymond, hell, maybe even Jimmy have maybe gotten into his ear and said, hey, look, whatever the issue is, can you find a way to move past it because we're going to need you this season? Because, I mean, let's be honest, all of those guys are over 35.
Uh-huh.
All of them. And Kuminga's how old?
Rob says older than that.
No. That was raising my hand because it don't
I thought you were
what the
pointing up
player-
like higher.
I said, it don't matter what the players say. It's fucking what Kurt want to do.
No, that's
Kurt
true.
fucking play him last year. He ain't gonna play him this year.
Right, but here's my thing. I think because it's a 2-year with the team option for the second.
Yeah.
I think he plays more this year. I do. I think he plays a little more this year. I think they're going to need him to play.
I think they trade him.
You think they trade him?
Yeah, I think they trade him. They just sign him now to let everybody know how much he's worth, and then they trade.
Well, yeah,
Do a sign and trade.
Okay.
Well, no, just trade him now because I think I guarantee you they're gonna showcase him and see what they got, and then they're gonna end up trading him for something. Because it's just like you think about it, Leopard doesn't change his spot, and Kerr doesn't like him, and so it's all about what the coach says. I know management might come down, but we know Dunleavy is not gonna come down and say, "Yo, Kerr, play this guy." So it's gonna come down to that.
Well, while we're on Golden State, we have the Curry brothers on the same team. That's pretty funny. Seth signs with them, and I didn't realize this too. He's kind of intentionally tried to stay away from signing with the Warriors for obvious reasons. He's been in the NBA 17 years, and he's just been like, I don't want to play with my brother. Just because his brother has been arguably one of
his brother like 50 times better than him.
Right, and he's one of the greatest players ever and best shooter of all time and 4 rings and all the accolades.
Seth is a hell of a shooter himself.
He's good. He and his brother, but he's good.
Well, his brother takes more threes.
He tried. The funniest part of this, he tried to buy the number 30 from Steph when he got there, and he said Steph laughed it off and said he said he doesn't need the money. And he doesn't think the NBA would like it either.
Hey, can you really tell the difference? It's Curry on the back.
I know. What's the difference?
Oh, no.
You know what the difference is when those shots start banging off the back of the rim? That's going to be
I'm just saying, though. He can wear the jersey. It says Curry.
Oh, I know.
Still buy it. It's still Curry.
But those half-court shots ain't going in. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, at the end of the day, someone like, Dad, I want a Curry jersey for Christmas. Oh, here you go, son. You got to. I thought Curry. I thought Steph was
How many 31s are going to be like, what the shit is this?
Nah, you're not going to be able to fool kids because they know exactly what number Steph Curry is.
Yeah, 31.
31 is one more.
Yeah, no, he changed his number this year, son.
But I think that's a good more shooting. More shooting. Now, I don't know how many minutes he's going to play, but I mean, that's a guy coming off the bench who.
Man, he in the 17th season. You got 3 young bucks that play in front of him. He doesn't shoot the ball as well as Buddy Hield. He ain't getting off that bench unless somebody gets hurt.
Well, what did he shoot last year?
It don't matter what he shot last year. It's about what's on the team already.
I don't even know where the hell he played last season.
He can still shoot the rock, though.
He can still shoot the rock, but you can't have him and Steph on the floor at the same time. Draymond can't guard 5 people.
Oh, no. I'm not saying have him on the floor at the same time, but I mean, I'm saying coming, like I said, at some point in time, coming off the bench.
Yeah. It's going to be really interesting if he gets up any minutes. Because he didn't hit. How many minutes did he play last season? Not that many, I don't think.
He wasn't in Dallas last year, was he?
I'm trying to look it up. Charlotte.
Oh, yeah, he
played in 68 games. He averaged 6.5 points.
Okay. What was his
it doesn't say what his 3-point percentage, 45.6. 83 for 182. He took 182 threes. But I mean, when you're in Charlotte,
but I mean, that's 45%.
But think about all those threes he took and what his average was.
He led the league. It says he led the league last season, 3-point percentage.
You sure that's the right Curry?
No, I'm looking at Seth Curry.
That makes
Look
sense.
Look at his ass with a headband on and a Charlotte Orange jersey. That is Seth Curry.
Now, he doesn't take as many threes as Steph, obviously, but for a guy like that coming off the bench and his percentage being that high, that shooting runs in their family. That's what that is.
Yeah, the one thing that we don't talk about, though, is Golden State loves guys who can play defense. So we know Seth.
Yeah.
Well.
So it's going to be interesting. That's all
they didn't sign him for that.
No. Signed him for his last name. No, I'm just kidding. All right, Lo. I did want to follow up on something from last week. And I also have a pretty funny piece of audio from Cooper Flagg we're going to play here in a second. Last week, Harp dropped this on us and said that the Hawks were the average tallest team in the NBA, which I couldn't believe. So, and it's not that I don't believe you, but I went and did some homework on this because I was like, how is that the case? And I looked it up. They have 13 players on the roster that are taller than 6'8".
Damn.
13 players. Dyson Daniels. I can't pronounce half their names. Ricochet. Krejci. Caleb Houston. Jalen Johnson. Bassie. Dante. Newell. Kristaps Porzingis is 7'2". 13 dudes on the roster.
Yeah.
Now, height doesn't necessarily translate to wins, though.
Of course not.
No, but I was floored by that. I mean, do you think that was intentional on their part or just something that landed like, shit?
I think there is a level of intention there because we have a league where in positionless basketball, quote unquote, and so many guys can switch and be versatile. I think when you have that kind of length, not all of these guys are defensive guys, but you hope that their length and their wingspan can kind of, at least their attributes can kind of make up for something that they lack defensively. But I do think that's intentional because you have some of these wing players in the league. You look at guys like Jason Tatum who are 6'8", 6'9". You look at so many of these other gifted athletic guys with this height. You need bodies, and you need big bodies who can move their feet and who have a level of athleticism. So I think this was intentionally done. Now, I mean, when you step back and you kind of look at something like this, most people wouldn't, like you said, most people wouldn't believe that the Hawks would be number one in anything, let alone something like this. But I think this was intentionally done from the standpoint of not only do you have the height, but now you have the level of athleticism. Now you hope it just all comes together on the floor.
At the end of the day, can't teach size.
Yeah,
It's true.
Now,
So I think that's a great move by them because though every one of those guys you mentioned are athletic, and I think at the end of the day, they know they're playing with a dude that's going to take a lot of shots. So you need like extra possessions. You need guys that can go fly and play above the rim. So I think that was intentional, but also I think it was just best player available. Also, you sometimes guys when they draft have player availables, they're like, well he doesn't fit because he's a 6'8" guy. We already got this guy. No, you take the best guy available.
I got news for you. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Hawks this season.
Seriously?
Like, I really want to see, like, I've had years where I've been like, I don't know. The last couple years, I've been like, I don't know. I like what they've added, and I'm actually kind of really excited to watch them play this year.
I will say this. There is one guy that is shorter than what's listed. Dyson Daniels ain't 6'8".
Oh, he's listed at 6'8".
Well, look, I will say they lied about that one. Because
Okay.
He's probably 6'5", 6'6" at the most.
Okay.
Damn, he that short?
I'm standing right next to him.
How tall are you, B?
I'm 6'1" and some change. And me and Trey look eye to eye.
Okay, so you're like 6'2" then.
Somewhere around there. I mean, it's not. I'm in between.
We were
I'm not
gonna
a
ask
solid
you,
6'1", and I'm not.
Don't drag me.
I'm right in
into this.
between.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll tell you what though. I'm anxious to watch Dyson Daniels this year too. After the season he had last year.
Yeah.
And with a little bit of an improved roster around him and some size and, I mean, healthy and, dude, I don't know, man.
I think a lot of people are excited about Atlanta. If you ask most people, Atlanta was the one team that a lot of people felt had not only the best offseason when it came to signings, but also had one of the better drafts in grabbing a guy like Asa Newell out of Georgia. Active, a guy who could be a lob threat, defensive guy who could block shots. Like I said, he's 6'11". He's a real 6'11". I stood next to him.
He's a real 6'11".
So, no, he's tall.
Yeah.
But then a guy like him who can run the floor. This team is the third, like I said, they're the third youngest team in basketball. They can run, and they're at their best when they are out in the open and they are running. And not to mention you get Jalen Johnson back, which I think is a key piece because he was having an amazing season last year before he got hurt. So.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think Atlanta should hopefully make a little noise in the East this year, especially with all the injuries and stuff. So we'll see.
That's all about our heads and
Rob,
prayer.
you look confused. What's up?
Who was your first pick? Was it Queen?
Who? Last year? Or this year? Last year was Ricochet,
It
wasn't
was
it?
Ricochet.
No. This
Asa Newell.
before this season. Who? I thought y'all got the guy out of Maryland too.
I don't think so. I don't
Maybe
know.
in a later round, but the first round pick was Asa Newell.
Oh no, I forgot. He was traded to New Orleans. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I loved him and he played in Maryland. So
There you go.
I remember that kid. I said, okay, I like that kid. All right.
Well, look, speaking of top picks, this will make you feel old. During Mavericks Media Day, they got Cooper Flag, and they asked Cooper Flag, hey, Coop, what year were you born? And he says 2006. And a little piece of me died inside to know that Cooper Flag is born in 2006.
Wow.
And he's playing in the NBA. So they opened a pack of 2006 NBA trading cards with Cooper Flagg, and they go, just go through them and see which of these guys you know. And he runs off the names, and he tells you which ones he knew. And I don't know, Rob, you could be the judge of how he did here.
Not good to start. Hedo Turkoglu. Yeah, no, don't know him.
Diet.
Okay, Juwan Howard. We know. Coach Howard. Michael Finley.
Boom.
Okay, we know Michael. We know Coach Finn.
Mavs legend too.
Yes, Mavs legend. Eric Snow. I don't know Eric Snow.
Sixer guy.
Point guard.
I don't even want to try and say this guy's name.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Big Z. Played with Braun.
Okay.
Okay.
Rasal Butler. I feel like I've heard the name.
Butler.
Yep.
Rasal Butler. So, yeah, however you say it. Antoine Walker. I know Antoine Walker. Antoine Wright.
Okay.
He just know how to spell that. Say that name.
Rashad McCants.
Sick.
Also don't know.
Big mouth, just run his mouth all day.
Yeah, so
North Carolina, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rashad McCants, North Carolina.
he went a little bit below 50% on that with guys that were playing in the year that he was born in the league.
But I mean, he's not gonna know those guys.
No, but that's sort of the funny part of the bit, though, because
Right.
I'm like, man, if you think of the years we were born, if someone was to go and just run down players, I don't know if I could pull.
1970 card pack.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
dude, I was 78, so I'm like, man, I don't know unless you pull like a Wilt or a Dr. J out in there somewhere. I don't know what I got for you. 1978.
There's gonna be some.
Plus, you have to, go ahead, P.
You realize that one day that there's gonna be somebody to pull out a Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. Who is that?
Don't please. That would hurt my heart.
I don't think that one. He's too iconic,
He's
man.
too, yeah. I mean,
There are people who don't even remember that Shaq played basketball. They remember for him the commercials. So what makes us think that we're not going to be in a time where some people see Kobe and they're like, "Oh, he's the guy that passed away." He was a
yeah,
legendary
they'll know him
basketball
for the wrong reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Like my daughter was that way though because she went on she went down a YouTube rabbit hole a few weeks ago because she was like, she goes, "Dad, did you know how good Shaq was?" I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that. We watched him play, and she's like, yeah, like he was really good. Like she was watching all these Shaq highlights, and she was like I knew he was like a famous basketball player, but like I didn't know how good he was. And it's like, well, she never watched him, and she never, that wasn't her era. She didn't know.
Well,
So-
I have to admit something. So when I was, you know how you do those visits, and I had to do one of those. I went to Denver, and they were like talking about, yeah, your coach. I'm like, Dan Issel. I'm like, who's that? He's like, you don't know who Dan Issel? Like, no. Number one, if we draft you, he's gonna be your head coach, and he was a really good player that played here. Went to your conference, Kentucky. I'm like, never heard of him. So I get it. You know, now that when I got in the league and started understanding, you know, talking about basketball, I'm like, okay, I know who Dan Issel is. So I understand.
I get where he's coming from. It was just funny.
I get
It was
where
a
he's
funny bit
coming
they
from.
pulled on him though, because it was like, and they didn't mean to make him look like ignorant or anything, but it was just funny because it's like, damn, 2006 feels like 5 minutes ago for us. You know what I mean?
I know.
That dude was bored in 2006. I'm like, shit, I moved to Atlanta in 2006.
I
Like,
can tell you, I was really hot in 2006.
oh yeah, you were down in San Ann, weren't you?
Yeah, 2006, 2007. That was a good year, though.
That was a good year.
A
That
good
was a good
season,
year.
I should say.
It was your last one, right?
No,
Was it last year?
2007, 8.
2007, 8 was your last
Yeah,
year.
7, 8, my last
There
one.
you go.
Everybody is gonna become the person who looks at the younger person crazy because they don't know who they're talking about.
Dude, it's
I haven't gotten there yet, but there may be even some people that I know about because I went down, you know, a YouTube rabbit hole, or my pops told me that if somebody younger than me didn't know who they were, I'd look at them funny. And I wasn't even alive when they really played. But it's just because I'm a sports fiend that I'll go down the rabbit hole and look at stuff like that, and it almost kind of feels like I was there when he played. So when they don't know about him, I'm like, you don't know about this dude?
Yeah.
Like one day people aren't gonna know who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah, they will, because they still be wearing the shoes.
Yeah.
That is true. but just
Don't know him
because,
as the shoe guy.
but just
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
yes, just because you may wear the product, that does not mean that you know what this person was good for. Like, did you? Oh yeah, you talking about the guy? Oh, the shoes. Yeah, but you do know that he's the greatest player of.
But think about this: in 20 years, someone else is going to come out like, "Oh, Cooper Flagg is the greatest player that ever played the game." They're going to forget about Cole, LeBron. And
Just in a
MJ.
Mavericks jersey, Dirk, who came before him. I mean, they'll be like, oh, no, it's Cooper.
It's just what
but
it
like,
is.
I mean, but that's how I felt when my dad used to talk about, like, Mickey Mantle. Because that was my dad's idol as a kid, was Mickey Mantle. And I was like, I never got to see Mickey Mantle play baseball.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you can't really, I mean, you kind of can, but you can't really, like, YouTube highlights of Mickey Mantle. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just whatever archive exists. Either
Right.
you saw it or you didn't. So, like, I kind of feel that way, but, like, at least now, like you said, my daughter can go down the YouTube rabbit hole and, like, learn how good Shaq was, or, you know, watch Robert Horry throw, you know, Steve Nash into a scorer's table. You know what I mean? Like, she can watch that stuff. That exists in the ethos. But this is pretty funny from Cooper. We got to move on to college football picks.
Uh-oh.
We're going to do Big Shot of the Week.
Uh-oh.
And then I got a story about Mark Sanchez that is going to get us into this week's game.
Yeah.
Because holy crap, that's wild. All right, well, look, man, you guys both went 4-0.
Somebody came back
last
to the
week.
pack.
Y'all came back. I went 1-3. A fat stinker from your boy. So Rob and B-Dog are 11-8, and I'm 12-7. So this is all of a sudden, this is a game. This is a game going into week 7. I put 5 games on the sheet this week.
Hold on. How if I was ahead of Hart by a game, how do we end up tied now?
No,
I thought I was ahead of Hart.
I think you guys were tied.
No, I was ahead. One game ahead of Hart.
I think he was.
Were you? Maybe my math didn't math properly.
Yeah, you
My
were ahead,
math
but
might
you
not have
ain't ahead of me
mathed,
by.
No, I said one game.
By
I
one
ain't
game.
said a lot.
You guys were right there, but yeah, okay. So then maybe Harp is 10-9 and not 11-8. I'll go back and check, but we'll update records. But either way, everybody's within 2 games of each other at
Yes.
this point. So we got a game. All right, so I got 5 games on the sheet this week. I think they're pretty good. We'll see how we do
Yes.
here. We're going to start with number 1, Ohio State, at number 17, Illinois. This is the noon game on Fox. Ohio State laying 14.5 on the road. And for me, this is like, is Illinois actually a team or not?
Well, think about this. Last week, Illinois was in a battle with USC. Ended up storming the field because they kicked the last-minute field goal, I believe, in overtime. And that's a USC team that ain't been USC in forever.
No.
You got a better Ohio State team coming into Illinois. I am going to take Ohio State into 14.5. Because I think if you're in that
big
kind of,
number.
and I understand, because Ohio State is a better team. I understand guys play up, but you got a better Ohio State team coming in there than what USC was, and I just think if you did that with USC and you struggled, good luck versus Ohio State.
What do you think, Rob?
You know, I'm struggling with this one, just for the simple fact that I know this is Ohio State's second road game. Or who they play last week? They played Minnesota last week, right?
Yeah, they dusted.
Oh, Minnesota's
somebody.
god off.
Yeah,
So
they
no.
dusted somebody.
This is a tough one because when I watched Illinois play, I was really impressed by the offense, and the defense was not that bad. And Ohio State, they scare me sometimes. This is that one game a year where they screw up. So I'm taking. Ohio State's going to win, but I'm taking the points. I think Illinois will hold them until like 12, 11, or 10 or something like that. They won't.
So just miss the points.
Just miss the points. I think.
I'm gonna go with Harp. I'm gonna say they cover. I think Ohio State's got one in the chamber somewhere, and it's just waiting to unload on somebody. And yeah, they struggled against USC, like you said, Harp. Illinois did, and I think Ohio State's gonna. I don't know. I have a feeling they're gonna lay one on them. John Mateer's gonna throw like 4 touchdowns, and it's gonna get ugly. All right, Rob, number 8, Alabama.
Now this the one.
At number 14, Missouri, I believe unbeaten.
Yes,
right
they are.
now.
Hey, let me just say this: Bama's back. They letting the quarterback run now. I'm taking Bama on this. They win this one by a touchdown.
Bama, by the way, laying 2.5. So Mizzou's a home dog in this one.
Yeah.
As well as Mizzou is playing, I think this is another tough game. This is that third straight ranked game in the SEC for Alabama. The second one out of the 3 weeks on the road, and it's 2.5. You know what? I think Bama's in a little bit of a groove right now. I think beating Georgia, getting over the trap game, and covering and beating Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, big time.
I think Alabama's in a little bit of a groove to add a loss to an undefeated team, and I'm going to take Bama in the 2.5.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement here. I think Bama's just something clicked with them after Georgia. They found their stride, and I really thought Vandy was going to put it to them, and they just housed.
Hey, that first drive, I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah, I know it.
And then that second drive, I'm like, fuck.
And then they just housed them. All right, so we're all going Bama in that one. Number 7, Indiana. At number 3, Oregon. This is the 3:30 CBS game. Oregon is laying 7.5. It's a big number. Indiana's playing really good.
Yeah, but it's tough.
Man, that Oregon team is something special.
Dude,
they're at home.
It's Oregon, it's Miami, and it's Ohio State. I think those 3 are clear and away the 3 best teams in college football.
It's tough to play up there in Eugene, Oregon.
Okay.
It is tough.
But Signetti's got them boys playing, man.
It is, but that is a long way to go.
Exactly.
Even though Indiana's playing, even though they're playing really well, it is something about playing up there in Autzen Stadium. It's not a big stadium, but that crowd is loud.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take them in the 7.5. No disrespect to Indiana because they're playing well. I just think being up there in Oregon, it's a tough place to play.
It's a tough environment. Nike gonna be out. It's just Oregon. I get Oregon win this by 2 touchdowns, man. Oregon's just that good.
I may say
I'm gonna take Indiana by the hook. I think Oregon wins by a touchdown. I think I'm gonna survive by the hook on this one.
Okay.
I think Indiana keeps it to within a touchdown and they don't cover. But Oregon probably definitely wins. All right.
See, this next one's a tough one.
This is a very tough one. Number 6, Oklahoma at Texas. The Red River Shootout. Texas unranked going into this one. And
Start
laying
the season up at number 1.
Yes, the preseason number 1, unranked in week 7, laying 2.5 points at home to number 6 Oklahoma.
Man.
Which literally I had to look that up 3 times. I was like, how is Texas laying points? I guess because they're in Texas.
They're just a home team. They're not at Texas. They're at a neutral field.
Oh yeah, they're at a but still,
Yeah.
they're considered the home team.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Texas.
Yeah, I'm taking Oklahoma. I don't believe in Arch Manning until he shows me something better than what he's been doing. You're putting too much pressure on that Texas defense, and as talented as they are, if you can't generate and score points, and you're going to turn the football over, you're going to tire that defense out. I hate to say this, I'm taking Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
That offensive line of Texas sucks. Oklahoma's defense has always been good. So I'm taking Oklahoma in this one.
Don't put too much dip on your chip. They ain't always been good. Don't keep going a little too far.
Their offense has sucked. Yeah, you're right. 3 years ago, the defense sucked.
Well, most of their existence, the offense has been good, and it's the defense that's been suspect.
The new defensive coordinator, guy like 2-3 years ago, has changed them around the defensive minded. So
and Brent Venables came from Clemson and was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So they're right. I'm with you both. I think Oklahoma. I've lost all faith in Texas. I just don't have it until, like you said, until Arch Manning shows me something. What am I supposed to do?
Now going to the
How
swamp,
do I pick Texas?
Right, and going into the swamp last week is tough, and I get it. And Lagway wasn't playing well either. But that Florida team
Florida's okay at best.
Right.
They are not. They should not. You're right. The swamp is tough. There's no way they lose that game to Florida. Florida's an okay team. They're not good. They're just okay. And you got
to think about Florida. It's hard to play in the swamp. They got their best receiver back, and that makes a big difference. And it was.
I know, but still. All right. Last game on the docket. Then we're going to move on and have some fun here. Number 10 Georgia at Auburn.
The oldest rivalry in the SEC.
The oldest rivalry. Number 10 Georgia, laying 3.5 to Auburn.
Oh, I think. Oh, give me Georgia with the 3.5. It's going to be a tough game. Auburn is getting a little better. I think slowly, surely getting a little better. But I do think if you're going to,
they were ranked at one point.
Yeah,
they were, but they've lost 2, lost 1.
Yeah, I think they've lost a couple.
I think they've lost 2.
But I'm going to take Georgia with the 3.5.
Okay.
Definitely Georgia. I wouldn't even if the Podunk school of the blind was playing Auburn, I would take that school. I'm not taking Auburn in anything. I'm taking Georgia.
The fact that that's the 7:30 game, I mean, I understand it, but the fact that that's the 7:30 game is a little interesting.
Well, just I think because of the history of the rivalry, it's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Because it's at Jordan Hare.
I would have liked
Well, it's because it's an SEC game. ABC is SEC now.
Yeah. Right,
so what's the bigger game? Oklahoma is a bigger game, so they have them in the prime time, and then they threw this one. They have to have those.
Yeah.
It's the 3-game weekend they have. So SEC.
And I know 3:30 on the SEC on CBS was the thing, but now 7:30 is a prime time spot.
It is a prime slot.
It's the only game going on.
It's a prime slot, but I'm with you, dogs, all day. Auburn's 0-2 in the conference. They're 3-2 on the year. They were ranked at one point. They've not shown me anything to believe in. Georgia needs to lay one on them to kind of flex a little bit and show that loss to Alabama was an outlier for them. So I think Georgia's probably going to try and dump on Auburn as much as they can. So.
I would have rather that Alabama and Missouri be at the 7:30 game.
Alabama-Missouri is going to be a good game. I can't believe they stuck that at noon.
Yeah. But like they did at the beginning of the season, they stuck Ohio State and Texas at noon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Well, you got to really think about it. And if you look at college, they really got two prime time spots. When you wake up, which is noon.
Yeah, but everybody playing at noon.
And then,
3:30.
The next game.
3:30 was always the prime slot for me.
Right.
Though,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's where you're really hitting your stride with college football Saturday.
Right.
You're through the noon nonsense. Some stuff's gone final. You got to hang in for that 7:30 game, man. If you've been partying all day, that 7:30 game that sneaks up on you. You're just like, oh shit, I'm gonna be up till midnight. All right, let's do Big Shot of the Week, and then Mark Sanchez is going to get us to our game. Big Shot of the Week is going to go to a gentleman named Michael White, and here's why. There's a gentleman named Russ Bridgers who owns Bridgers Barber Shop in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. He's owned it for 3 decades. His dad started it. He's taken it over, but he had to hang him up because he was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2018. He can't use his hands anymore, but Bridgers Barber Shop is still open thanks to longtime barber and a friend, Michael White, who is solely working there while also running his own barbershop one town over. He's doing it for nothing just to keep this man's legacy alive. He's doing it by himself 5 days a week, and then he opens his shop 3 evenings a week to keep his shop going. This was from a very longtime friend of the show, Timothy McDaniel, who sent me the story and said, just so you know, they don't mention Michael's name in this story. They just mention a longtime friend is keeping it open, so I wanted to give him the big shot. Michael White. Mike, apparently a great guy, and is doing a lot to keep another man's legacy alive in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. So
that's dope.
Big Shot of the Week to Michael White.
That's always great when people step up like that, man.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that. And thank you, Timothy, for sending us the story.
That's character.
100%.
Character shows itself in so many different ways, but in this way, that's character just personified. So
yeah, and when you can respect what somebody else has built, and you don't want to let that go,
right.
And you go, I'm going to do what I can to try and keep that man's legacy alive, because it was his dad's shop before him, and then it was his shop, and to see that just go the way, Mike was not going to let that happen. So big shot of the week to you, sir. That was cool. All right, let's talk about the Mark Sanchez, because it might be the whitest crime of the year. We are going to play black crime or white crime here in a second. Do you know anything about this Mark Sanchez story, Rob? Do you know what's going on with this?
Yeah.
How much do you know about this story?
You forget he went to USC. I'm in Cali, so they had it on the news this morning.
It might be one of the craziest stories I've ever heard. He was drunk doing wind sprints in an alley behind a bar in Indianapolis. Why is he doing wind sprints? I have no clue behind this bar. Grease truck driver parks his truck in the alley, obviously to get a grease removal or delivery, whatever it was. He was trying to remove the grease from a restaurant. Got in Sanchez's way because he was doing wind sprints, and said, I'm going to move this guy's truck if he ain't going to move it. Tries to get in the truck, dude pepper sprays him. Mark Sanchez falls out of the grease truck and then proceeds to get into a fight with a 69-year-old man who's driving this grease truck. Mark Sanchez picks him up, throws him against the wall. Dude retaliates by pulling out a knife and stabbing Mark Sanchez several times in the torso. There is closed circuit video of Mark Sanchez stumbling back to the bar, holding his side with like blood all over his shirt. Goes back in. Apparently, the story is allegedly he went back into the bar and ordered another drink. And they were like, "You, sir, are bleeding from your torso." Ambulance was called. He was, by the way, when he got to the hospital, in critical condition. Was upgraded to stable. Was never released from the hospital because he was arrested there and went straight to jail. And that is the craziest shit I've ever heard in my life.
That story. You got a million different versions of that story. You got, and the crazy part is they actually said that he was filming, the other guy was filming, outsiders was filming, but apparently the cops, they're the only ones that know because they got the real footage, and it's all gonna come out here pretty soon.
Yeah, they put it all together, and he's been indicted, or has he been indicted, or he's been charged? He's been charged at this point with battery resulting in injury, public intoxication, and unlawful entry of a motor vehicle. Those are felony charges. He could do up to 6 years in jail if he's.
But here's a part when this is. I just had this conversation with someone, and they asked me when I got in that car accident, did I try to sue the people? I'm like, what? I'm gonna get blood out of a turnip? No, I'm just not that type of person.
Right.
How about this? The guy, he's going out the Fox.
Yeah.
I'm going out the Fox. I'm like, how you gonna go out the Fox, man?
His argument is you put this man to work. He was there to work a game for Fox. You put this man to work knowing he had a history of substance abuse and this other types of stuff. That's his argument. Whether or not that's true or they can prove that, that's a whole nother thing. But I think his attorney knows Fox has got deep pockets. So
exactly.
If we're going to sue anybody, we're going to sue Mark Sanchez, and then we're going to sue Fox. We're going to see what we can get from Fox.
I'm shocked. Are they suing the hotel too? Because most people go after everybody that's around.
Who knows, man?
They probably going to go after the pub too for allowing him to get drunk.
That's just it. He was overserved at the pub. Going to sue the pub.
Exactly.
Going to sue the insurance company that represents the pub. Gonna sue whoever owns the alley that let him run wind sprints behind it. You know what I mean?
I knew they was going to sue immediately because the family put those pictures out fast of their dad. They're like, put the pictures out there right now.
Yep.
Get the public on our side.
Get everybody on our side. But the whitest crime of the year for me, because that is unbelievable. So we are going to play, if I can get the music going, everybody's favorite. We haven't played it in a while. Let's load us up around a black crime or white crime in honor of Mark Sanchez for getting into a fight with a 69-year-old grease truck driver, getting stabbed and then arrested. So here we go. Story number one. A Florida couple got arrested for DUI and decided, we're going to go ahead and take it a step further, and reportedly attempted to have sexual intercourse in the back of the patrol car that was transporting them to jail. They were seen on camera attempting to disrobe and get out of cuffs so that they could bang one out in the back of the police car. Officers shut that down and separated them. So the couple who got drunk, arrested for being drunk, and then said, hey, this is a good time to get down. Black couple or white couple?
I think I'm going to go with white couple on this one.
Okay.
I'm already going to start out with a little bit of division. I'm going to let me say black couple.
Okay. Point will go to Robert Horry. It was a white couple. 35-year-old Megan Lynn Mondanaro and 31-year-old Seth Aaron Thomas. So let's go ahead and get Megan. I'm going to get these pants off you because we're going to jail. We might as well get
Just
one
sit on over in my lap, girl.
Hey, come on. Sit in daddy's lap. We're going to jail anyway. All right, story number two. Police were called to a suspect's home on a reported domestic disturbance when the man exited the home and said, quote, I'm going to beat every cop's ass. So, of course, he got arrested and charged with assaulting a police officer and violently resisting a police officer. What stood out, though, is when they put him in the system, an alias came back. Apparently, this man's been arrested several times under the alias Dickface Johnson. It was in the system. That is bananas to me. So, Dickface Johnson.
I'm hoping this
Black
is a
guy,
white
white guy.
I'm I'm gonna go white. I'm gonna go white guy with the hopes that is the case.
Okay, so everybody's
doing the same thing.
Everybody's
I'm a white
hoping
guy.
it's a white guy, and everybody's hopes are dashed because this was a black man.
Hey,
Jeffrey
you should know
Forrest
by the last
Poole.
name Johnson.
Jeffrey Forrest Poole is a black man.
Dick Face Johnson.
Dick Face Johnson. If you use a name like that enough where it goes on your police record as an alias, that's you're problematic. You can come up with a better nickname, bud. All right, story number 3. A shoplifter was arrested after pinching a bottle of vodka from a liquor store, but it really didn't take Sherlock Holmes to find him because he left his name and phone number with the clerk who he had asked out on a date. So he asks the clerk out on a date and then decides, here's my name, here's my phone number, now I'm gonna steal.
Black.
So they got him on camera stealing.
White.
Black guy, white guy. Oh, we've got division again. Point will go to Robert Horry once again. Aaron Morrison, a white man.
I always said this. Look,
He pinched a bottle of vodka.
when I
Just
lose,
gonna let that sit.
even when I
burn it.
lose, I win.
The story of this game, man. I tell you what. Even when you lose, you win in this one. All right, story number 4. Robert Horry up 2-0. As 2 men waited in line at a coffee shop to pay their bill, they're kind of brushed aside as a third man cut in front of them. The third man threw a drink at the clerk behind the counter and demanded all the money out of the till. Well, the 2 men in front of him were a little surprised because they were fully dressed police officers, who the man did not notice when he brushed past them to demand all the money in the till and threw a drink at a clerk at the coffee store. So he was immediately arrested on site. Like, there was no chase. There was no looking for this dude. He stood in front of 2 uniformed officers and tried to rob a coffee store. Black man, white man.
Black.
White.
Back in the game, Hart man. It was a black dude, unnamed black. Black.
I figured I had to get one right or something.
But like, guys in uniform. Like, it's the first thing
How
you notice.
dumb
is
can you be?
cops in uniform, gun on his hip. I mean, the little walkie-talkie on the shoulder, the whole 9. So, all right. Story number 5. When an attempted robbery at a Lowe's home improvement store went awry, this suspect decided to flee. He ran across the street. He jumped a fence right into Cypress Grove Nudist Resort and Spa. As Orlando Sentinel pointed out, quote, the cops found him because he was as one of the only folks wearing clothing. He was very easily spotted on the run through this nudist resort and was arrested. So, dude tries to rob a Lowe's. It goes south. He jumps ship into a nudist colony. Black guy, white guy.
Where's his Lowe's at again?
Orlando.
I need the address.
You need to know what part of Orlando. Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
say
need to go. I'm gonna peep over this dude's fence. He white, man. Come on now.
I'll say white.
Everybody says white. And everybody's wrong.
I
That was
knew it.
Milton J. Hodges,
I
black
knew
man
it.
who tried to rob the Lowe's.
I'm going with my gut.
He tried to rob the Lowe's and he jumped into a nudist resort on the run. All right. Story number
Where
6.
is Lowe's located? You think about that? It's a nudist camp right across the street from a Lowe's.
I don't know, man. Orlando's a wild place, bro. Florida is the Wild West. Okay, it's a lawless country. All right, Rob's up 2-1, 2 to go. Some things you just don't say to the police. Like this woman who got pulled over in Fresno, California. She got stopped at a DUI checkpoint for being sauced, and while she was trying to argue her way out of it, she said to the cop, quote, my husband's right behind me, and he's even drunker than I am.
White.
Like,
I proceed without comment. As that might be the whitest shit since Mark Sanchez got stabbed in an alleyway by a grease truck driver.
hey,
All right.
come on out the bushes. We got caught.
You're good. You're good. Come on. All right, last story. 2 men decided a back-to-school event at an office supply store would be a perfect time to do some shoplifting. After all, store clerks are going to be busy, right? Helping all the back-to-school shoppers and parents. This is a great time to steal from the store. Unfortunately, they decided to do this during the store's annual Shop with a Cop Day.
Oh Lord.
60 ununiformed, so plus street clothes officers were in there. They had no clue that every shopper in the store was a police officer. So they were arrested immediately outside of the store with about $1,000 worth of goods. So Two guys
$1,000.
try to rob a shop with a cop back to school shoppers. Black guys, white guys.
Black.
And we thought we were going to end on a high note. White guys. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, white guys. Robbing the shop with a cop back to school. So Rob's going to win it. 3-2. Very nice. Good job.
Look at you back in the win column.
Look at you. It needed one, man. Absolutely needed one.
Shut your bum ass up, man.
Josh did it. I like that.